going? And shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. Shout out to BoxDen.com. Shout out to Most Sports Talk Radio. Shout out to C Hendo. Shout out to everybody, man, tuning in right now, man. Yeah, man, y'all be sure to follow Kendrick Perkins, man. This is a good dude. Trust me, man. The way he is right now, when you meet him in person, it ain't no different, man. He's one of the realest in the game, man. He's good people to me, man. He's always been around, been knowing this dude for a minute, man. So we're gonna be out here. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Man, what's up, everybody, man? Welcome to the channel, man. I had to speak on this situation because it's getting, a little silly with Steven Jackson, man. And it's a cat. What's up? Deshaun Harris says, what's up? Hey, H-Town, you know what time it is, man. Steven Jackson. You met that Usher, Let It Burn, when he started the track off that some things I got to say. It's not easy to say. And then the music come on. Oh, man. Steven Jackson, man. And if y'all can't tell from the cap, you know what I'm saying, I represent Texas all day. I live in L.A., but Houston, Texas is always going to be home. Steven Jackson's from Port Arthur, which is about 2 hours from Houston. So I ain't got no beef with Captain Jack. But I gotta address you, man, with love. I got to address you. You on some bullshit, big homie. You on some bullshit. I'm only calling you big homie because you're older than me. Me and Jack about the same size, so it's just showing respect. Let's see. Okay, y'all came ready. Comments. I see EJ says he all over the place. I want to acknowledge all your comments before I go into my little monologue. Jumping on and say, what's good, G? G Price, what's up, girl? Kwame snatched his soul. Nowadays, get a thumbs up. Yeah. Y'all came ready. So this was impromptu because, man, listen, dog. I've always been a big Steven Jackson fan, man. And I got to preface these videos before I start going in on his ass because one thing I've learned over the course of 37 years is, man, you don't idolize no man. So when you learn that principle, you learn that every man has flaws, has fallacies. They have things about them that I can't get down with it, and that's okay. That's okay. But Captain Jack, I gotta get on you, man. And I think this was a great comment here by Terry, man. Shout out to my boy Terry, man, H-Town. Kwame Brown done some people when you done unlock that code or whatever. It's like, let's say a girl at the bar, right? She fine, she got all this clout, she got all this, but then you got a partner who took it down, and you know her cheat code, and then once you figure the cheat code out, then everybody know it, and then everybody getting some of that action. That's kind of what Kwame Brown has done to Steven Jackson, man, because let's think about it, man. Captain Jack, one of them kind of dudes that, dog, you don't talk to Steven Jackson any kind of way. And when I saw Kwame Brown kind of, as it were, pull his whole card, because here's the thing, brothers, I would tell you always this, and sisters listening as well. When any dude does a 180 in his life and he claims to have found this newfound outlook on life and shit like that, always be wary of people like that because they are subject to change when it's not working out. So all of a sudden, Steven Jackson is this devout Muslim, which I'm not questioning his faith. That's your faith. That's your faith. Cool. But you're in those inner steps in your new faith. So you basically are still working on old demons or old habits that still coagulate with your newfound religion. Because it's funny, when you watch his rants, he tries to play this, he tries to play this routine where he's being straight up and down devout Muslim and telling people that you empty inside if you do all this. And then he goes right in all that fuckery that he always been about. And as Kwame pointed out, him being with groups, talking about this, his blood affiliation. Everybody know, that's what Stack 5 is about. But it's funny because you're supposed to be this man of God in this sanctum. And again, I don't want to shit on nobody's religion. But listen, I'm a salesman by trade. I read through shit very easily. And he's using it as a prop to try to control himself because his default is to be who he's always been for 40 some odd years. You can't fool me, Jack. You can't fool me, dude. You still that nigga from Port Arthur, dog. And that's just what it is. You still that same dude from Port Arthur. And you are, now I'll give him credit. He is learning to try to curtail some of that stuff that he's used to doing, the way he used to talking to people, because you can tell. He's used to dealing with people on a street level. And he's been slowly cleaning himself up, learning to articulate himself better through his sports media journey. But come on, bro. Jack reminds me of a chick who's been a whore forever, and all of a sudden she the junior deacon assistant at the church because she want to turn her life around. You ain't fooling me, baby. You ain't fooling me. Because if you listen to Steven Jackson talk, man, Steven Jackson talks in circles, man. And he does not talk in a way that somebody just have a lot of inherent knowledge, a lot of, how can I put it? A lot of composure with your speaking. And then let me juxtapose him with, like, say, a Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, he has a potty mouth where most people would say to discredit him. But if you notice, when he talks, for the most part, he talks in a straight line. His thesis is back with, supporting details, and it adds to his thesis when he speaks. So you can't say that he's full of shit or that he's all over the place, because he lays out his thesis and then he lays supporting details for what he says, and he mentions in some of his, natural vernacular, which is usually curse words or N-word, which I do all the time too. I just try to watch it. But that's, Kwame Brown lays out a cogent argument for the most part. Let me say that. When I watch Jack talk, man, Jack, it's like the comments sway what he's gonna say, why he said that dude right there, man. I'm just saying, man, I gotta give C Hendo, man, on my intro, who's talking to Perk. He's like, man, don't meet your heroes, because a lot of these dudes will let you down, man. If you meet them in real life, what you will find out is it ain't a lot to them like you think. And if I'm being honest, if I'm being contrite, I just don't see a lot of Steven Jackson, man. He does a lot of talking, and he struggles with this trying to be tough but try to be introspective thing. And to me, it just comes off as very disingenuous. Now, this is a change he's trying to make with himself, and so I understand it. I really do. I overstand it. But when I listen to him speak and think about how big his platform is, I can't help but to laugh at that shit, man. I can't help but to laugh at it, man. So what my whole overarching point of this live is, with much love, dog, just stop. Stop trying to be a smart guy, Jack. I think the humble route that he's working towards, I don't think that's a bad look. I think that's a good thing. You should always look to humble yourself, especially if you're not that introspective like that, which I don't find him to be. I don't think Steven Jackson's that smart of a guy like that. I think he is a guy who knows a lot, who's experienced a lot, but he's like that guy who has this bevy of knowledge, but it was never cultivated correctly, and then you can't really articulate it correctly. And you're more emotional than you are sensible. Because if you watch him speak, he'll start to kind of get a head of steam, and then he'll start talking. He'll revert back to that tough guy shit. And not saying Jack ain't got no hands. Most dudes know you don't come at Jack a certain type of way, and I don't want to take that away from him. I mean, who knows where my media career goes? But all this shit gonna stay up. I'm never gonna erase a damn thing I say. And some people, they may not like it, and that's okay. But I'm gonna stand by everything I've said, because that's just the way I perceive it. And I do want everybody who follows the channel, shout out, man, we crossed 900 subscribers, man. So let me forget to do my YouTube shit. Man, if you would subscribe to the channel, if you're new to the channel, that'd be awesome. Because I do try to share these perspectives, and I got more college coaches on the way. I got more athletes on the way. So just want to keep y'all in tune to that. So let me get to the comments a little bit before I go. Because I can go all day, goddamn. I can do 3 lives. 3 hours just me going live. Talking about myself. Okay, the gateway to heaven keeps getting low. So you know what? I'm not gonna say that because hey, my neighbor. Nobody really has jurisdiction to say what divinity is, where heaven is, where purgatory is, or whatever. So I don't want to get caught up in so much of that. But it is funny that some of our leaders in the religious sector of where the where the bar has been established at. Let me say that. I don't want to say lower, but where it's been established at. My mama from Port Arthur, Price, yeah. Well, you got a cool mama, man. I ain't got nothing to say about Mama Price. Shout out to Mama Price. And that's hoop royalty right there, man. G Price, her brother is coaching at where you coaching at? University of Texas San Antonio. Her dad, legendary coach in Texas, coached Cartier Martin, who's in the NBA. Coached a lot of Division I players, man. So shout out to Coach Price and shout out to G Price, man. That's coaching royalty right there. That's basketball royalty. But yeah, so when I hear Jack talk, man, I got to keep it a bean. Man. Y'all come in and watch me talk. And I think my live videos do just as well as my pre-recorded videos. So I like to talk to y'all in a moment. EJ says, get Kwame in your podcast. I would love to, man. I would love to, but well, here's the thing. One thing with me being a good salesman. All right, so one thing about me being a good salesman is I'm cognizant of what my surroundings are. I know right now a lot of hangers-ons trying to get with Kwame, so I'm gonna wait until that shit dies down because I really want him just to pick his brain. I don't necessarily need it. I mean, I'd be lying to y'all if I say I didn't want it for the views, but I really do want to pick his brain because I do deem him as an intellectual. I do deem him as a very intelligent guy. You can hear him talk and know, what he about for the most part. So I do want to say that. Then just donate to the schools he's trying to build. And I'm with that. Unlike Umar, it's been 10 years. Just a whole other live for another day. That boy Umar, man. Hey, I don't even want to go there. I let Umar Johnson do his thing. Appreciate that price. But yeah, so Jack, please stop. Please stop. Because I think guys like Steven Jackson are like foot soldiers to me. You don't follow behind a guy who is so easily influenced by his emotions. I think Jack is he's a lieutenant. You tell him what to do, he gonna get everybody in line because he's thorough. And I'm not never question that from Steven Jackson. But when you are going to him for advice, as far as mental stability, as far as forward thinking, I just think that's not your guy. Because I watch him speak on things, and as I see him speak, he likes to attack the low-level, low-hanging fruit, as I call it, sector of the internet space. And nothing I haven't done to is y'all seen my video. If y'all scroll down about 10, 15 videos, I addressed a racist troll who got on my channel. But I only got on him because he became incendiary in my comments. And my platform is nowhere close to Steven Jackson. So when my platform, I say when my platform gets as big as that, I'm not gonna acknowledge trolls because trolls do what trolls do. That's your opportunity to be heard by somebody that under normal pretenses will not give you the time of day. So one thing I try not to do is be a troll in my older years. I mean, I'm 37 years old, and one thing I don't do is YouTube beef. And one thing you'll see, and I appreciate all y'all who rock with me, everybody don't love you like that out here in these YouTube streets. People who you probably don't work with or you talk with behind the scenes, you do one thing they don't like, they'll flip on you. Just like Tommy Sotomayor did that to Kwame Brown. And Kwame Brown get told into his ass because a text message he sent got misinterpreted. He didn't respond quick enough, and Tommy started doing what Tommy Sotomayor does. He'll turn on you. And I see this all the time in YouTube, man, the Black Manosphere space. So one thing I don't do, man, is I'm gonna stay to the script all the way, man. If y'all know Hoop Jargon, man, I'm all the way up and down, man. So that's just what it is. Jason Zimmerman said, "What's up, Hoop? What up, bro?" And I really appreciate y'all, man, who patronize this page, man, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a busy man outside of this, but what I've learned is y'all like hearing my content every now and again, so I try to do that. And I'm trying to be hardworking, man. Shout out to my boy who put me on the YouTube game, DJ Ron Cut Truth. I always say that damn near every live because DJ was the dude who gave me that chance, to talk in this space. Not to say I couldn't have done it on my own, but DJ is the vessel that did that. So he get all the credit in the world from me from a YouTube perspective. But I will say in that same breath, this YouTube game is funny, man. It's funny. And one thing I always do, I stand on manly principles. I'm about what I'm about before I was, or as I am, as y'all know me to be on YouTube. Because Price will tell you. Let me scroll up. Terry will tell you. Deshaun will tell you. Who Jargon has been around for a long time. It's just new to YouTube. So I am how I am, bro. And I ain't never changing. Tommy is bipolar, bro. Yeah, he bipolar as hell. He is, because Tommy strikes me as a guy who grew up being an ugly kid, and a lot of people treated him a certain type of way. And so what that archetype of person typically does is they think about getting bullied first. So they struggle with coping with normal human interactions. So it's like basically it's hot and cold. If I rock with you, I rock with you. But you cross me just a little bit, I'm going left. That's what Tommy Sotomayor is. And he's shown it time after time. This dude has made countless Kevin Samuels videos, and Kevin Samuels has never addressed him back, because Tommy asserts that Kevin Samuels has stolen some of his catchphrases and his talking points, when Kevin Samuels has never addressed this man back, and he makes video after video after video after video. That's just who he is. So I don't care how big my channel gets. One thing I would never do is do no business with Tommy Sotomayor. And here's the caveat: I listen to his shit. I've been watching Tommy Sotomayor for probably about 7 years. And because there's some good stuff in his content. But me dealing with him, the person, come on, man. That's like dealing with a girl who has shown that she's violent towards man after man after man after man after man. Or I get in all these violent situations, but I'm going to try to build a relationship with you. No, you show me what you're about. Because no matter who's right, who's wrong, you're going to default to what you're used to. And that's that victim card. And you're going to go scorch earth after you feel like you're a victim. No, thank you. So I would never, ever, ever. Now, if he want me on the show to argue, I'll do that. But as far as like a partnership, no, because why? I know when the second I don't do something he likes, he's going to flip on me. I know that. So why would I involve myself with somebody like that? I knew of him before he got real popular. Yeah, same here, man. I like Tommy, because Tommy was one of the first people to challenge black mothers. And, we all grew up in a community where we respect black mothers, which I do. I respect my own mother. I respect my mother's mother. But at the same time, there are a lot of things with Tommy. The first thing that Tommy Sotomayor brought me to was about Kevin Durant's mother treating him like that's her husband. I was like, damn, I never thought of it like that way. And honestly, that's not a bad assertion. Because as you know, and Kevin Durant, his mother compared to, let's say, LeVar Ball, look how the media deals with both. Oh, you a strong black mother. You raised an NBA player. LeVar raised 3 NBA players. But he right here. Oh, you talk too much. Kevin Durant, mama always got something to say. But you see how the media does it. Whereas LeVar, you a clown. Oh, you go, girl. Tommy Sotomayor was one of the first people to point that shit out. And I was like, damn, I never thought of it that way. It's probably about 2014 when he pointed this out, when Kevin Durant won MVP and did the "You the Real MVP" speech. So I've been watching Tommy's content since way back then. All right, Terry say, yeah, NCCU dog, man. Hey, you ready for that HBCU football, man? I know you're ready, man. And I appreciate brothers like you who came in when I was doing my HBCU football videos. I'm gonna bring them back, man. Appreciate you, brother. Real shit, yeah. You know what time it is, man. I'm trying to remember why he got mad at me. Tommy got mad at you? He had something against fat women, though. Tommy had something against all women. You seen that video when Tommy Sotomayor got into a wreck with a black woman? He just started going off. And I don't even want to repeat it on the stream because, I'm close to getting monetized, so I don't want to, I want to try to peel back me going ham like I usually do. So I got to start getting more trained with my tongue. So, but yeah, man, Tommy a clown, man. But like he used to go against those Hotep cats like in 2015, which is a big movement. And so, I respect Tommy for holding his own. I don't agree with a lot he said, but at least he held his own. And then you remember that Solid thing, he got punched in the nose. But I don't even want to make this about Tommy. I want to stick back to Captain Jack. So Steven Jackson, man, I just think, guys, dudes like that, you got to understand what you're dealing with. You got to understand in basketball, I'm not singling out Jack on this. A lot of these dudes are not your most intellectual guys. Coming from a dude played Division I basketball, played overseas. A lot of my teammates weren't that smart, man. A lot of guys who you see across the playing field, they're not very smart. And I'm not making this shit up. You can look no further than the goddamn what they call that shit, the reports of the grades. God damn it, I forget. And I got a lot of friends who play high major above me. Man, them motherfuckers ain't go to class, man. Let's keep it a buck, man. Let's keep it a buck. Them dudes ain't go to class like that. So when they come to the vanguard of these issues, just because they're rich, just because they have notoriety, that shit don't mean nothing to me. It may to y'all. To me, it don't mean a damn thing to me. It don't mean nothing to me. So, just saying, it's all right. No Kelly on AT. Yeah. HBCU football, man. I hope y'all do a thing in that weak ass MEAC. Y'all lost to Staples, SWAC all day. Excuse me. Prairie View A&M. A5A all day. I'm all about that black college experience, man. But now to get back to the topic, man. So I just say, man, watch out for guys like Steven Jackson, man, because those guys are very good at what they do. And what they do is excel on the basketball court. They're very great in basketball knowledge. So when Steven Jack drops some shit about the game, listen, that's a dude that played at a very high level. It took him a minute to get to the NBA, but I mean, shit, that's okay. He went to prep school. And Kwame brought this up, too, that you was a fifth-year senior kind of guy. So he went to Oak Hill after he went to, I think, Port Arthur Memorial. He went to Oak Hill, and then he went to Butler County Junior College. Then he went to the NBA and played for Pop on the Spurs. So, and no knock on his journey. I think that's okay. Now, the word was his mom was shopping him from place to place because she didn't like certain coaches. So that's the word on the street of why Steven Jackson was a late holdout with that, man. So, what up? T. Cole, the building, man. Yo. So, yeah, I do want to point that out. So, if we had to take the gloves off and get from an intellectual standpoint, I wouldn't put Steven Jackson up there. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't, man. And again, this all comes from a place of love because I generally back all Texas people, especially Kendrick Perkins, who you see in my intro, gave Hoop Jargon a shout out. Met Kendrick Perkins in person. My teammate in college, Jason Breckenridge, was Kendrick Perkins' teammate in college. High school. Perk be saying some wild shit sometimes, and I'm gonna start making some shit about what Perk be saying. But I don't want to undermine the fact that Perk does know his shit, so I don't ever want to undermine him there. But when you slipping, when you tripping, I'm gonna point out. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You can be my best friend in the world. I'm gonna point you out. Let's see. Jay Zimmers, I see you, Izzy, dog. Can't wait till next year. See the BOA Stadium next year. Already. That's real. That's real. Perk the GOAT. You know what? Perk the GOAT of speaking his mind. I'll give him that. Kendrick Perkins, he can go a little wayward sometimes because you know what? Because Kendrick Perkins is a loyal dude. So you know who his friends are in the media. And I don't begrudge a guy who's loyal to a fault. But Perk gonna tell him how he sees it. Now, he made a top 5 point guard list, and he left off like Steve Nash, and he left off somebody else. Because he had Russell Westbrook in there. I'm just like, bro. He had Chris Paul off. I'm sorry, Chris Paul. When history shakes it out, Chris Paul is a better point guard than Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry. Y'all just gonna have to eat that pill. Terry said, I like Perk. I like Perk too. I like Perk. Because Perk, at least, even if some shit he say is just dumb as hell, he tell it the way he sees it. And it's something to be said about somebody in the media who's unapologetic. Because y'all know me, I'm very unapologetic. If I'm wrong, shit, I was wrong. But that's the way I saw it, and that's the way I'm going to speak it. So I do respect Perk in that capacity. Because I see guys like Ryan Hollis, to me, he's disingenuous. And I've heard a lot of backstories on Ryan Hollis, and I keep the person name out of this live who I know from who used to work for him. Ryan Hollis is what I call a do boy. He's a do boy. He'll do whatever you say do if you compensate him correctly. He's a do boy. I don't respect do boys. Say he's so damn country. Well, shit, I'm from Texas, man, so I'm used to that. Bags of can't wait. Say you can't do perk wall take Walter. You know, so my warm take Walter moniker is from what I've learned is now I do stand on my shit, but when it's like when you are predicting, you can't go so far into the deep water without a floating. So that's where my warm take Walter moniker comes from. But when I think I know something all the way, I'm going hard. So LaMelo Ball is like my recent one. And y'all look at my old YouTube videos. This was like 2018. I made a video of the first Big Baller Brand Challenge game with featured this against what's that team they played? Zalgiris. Bruh. I want to, man, J&J, when you get a chance, I need you to chop that video up. I literally stated back when LaMelo was 16, Jello was like 17, 18. I said exactly what it'll be. I was like, LaMelo's going to be a future NBA fixture to a star, and Jello, we won't know till he is to about 23 years old. That shit was right on the goddamn money. And this is my words back when I used to wear glasses. I got LASIK since then. I don't wear glasses anymore. So you know this is the old video. But I it got about 900 views back when I was kind of taking YouTube serious. But yeah, so I said this on record. Ryan Hauser, yeah, he's the worst, man. He's the worst. One thing I can't stand in the media game is dick riders, man. And I just view him as a dick rider. When he goes on his LeBron soliloquies, it's terrible, man. Because they don't make sense. And then when he says it, he laughs. It's almost like he's playing a character. So I'm in between with not taking him serious and just think he's just joking. So I don't even know to what parameter to not take him serious. To be frank with you guys, bro, you tying up my time. I just finished watching your Facebook Live. Yeah, I mean, you know what? So when I feel the passion, man, I hop online and I do my thing. So what Christian's referring to is on my regular Facebook, I do a thing called Cliff Notes. I was talking about this dude from Detroit who won $30,000 in the lottery. And this jackass bought a $20,000 chain and got his shit snatched from the gas station. And it's on film too. It's a stupid ass. So I did make like a 30-minute video talking about that shit because I just feel like, you know what, I don't even want to go into that. It was worth the wait. So I'm gonna try to. It was worth its weight in gold. Let me say that. So I may upload that shit on this channel or on my other page, Cliff Notes. Y'all follow me on YouTube, Cliff Notes. I probably got like 25 subscribers, so you'll know that struggle YouTube page. You'll definitely know the one. Definitely a struggle YouTube page. So yeah, man. So Jack, I just think, man, appreciate Steven Jackson for what he is. An excellent basketball player. An excellent basketball mind. But when guys find religion all of a sudden, when you're trying to disavow that street spirit, that's not going to lead to a formidable entity to learn from, to grow from, to seek knowledge from. Because to me, that's just a chaotic spirit. That's a chaotic spirit. And for a guy, I mean, I'm 37. Jack is probably about 43 or some shit like that. That's just, nah. Not good. G's a damn good video, but what about the sports? Yeah. Appreciate that, man. You know, I try to keep it level. I want to talk about everything that is relevant to our community, whether they're sports related, entertainment related, NIG shit related. You know, I try to keep all that in the same scope, in the same spectrum. You said that was him. Who you talking about, brother? Who you talking about? That was him. But yeah, so speaking of snatching chains, I remember Steven Jackson snatching Steve Francis' chain off that stage, grabbing him by the neck and shit. That's the same Jack we trying to get real information from, as far as being a better human being. You know what? Steven Jackson remind me of the you know, when like niggas who was like lifetime Crips, they go to these youth centers and try to tell kids. They try to tell kids how to live a better life, which I think that's a powerful message for degenerates. And by degenerates, I mean someone who was born in a household where you were not told right from wrong, where you were told that basically you can do whatever the hell you feel. I think his type of message is good for that type of person. But the reality is a lot of us brothers, we weren't born in a degenerate household. We were born maybe single parent, but we knew for the most part right and wrong. So you don't need that low frequency message that I think that a Steven Jackson presents or a former gang member presents. You need a sensible one. Because to me, that spirit is for like the guys who are going to go to the prison industrial system. They're one bad decision away from being out of there. I think the better message is for those mid-tier guys who in between low performance, mid-tier performance, almost want to be college, but not exceptional. I think there's a lot more in this area than just the low-hanging fruit area. So once we understand that and use guys to talk to the right portion of potential in our community, we'll be better overall. I will say that. Yeah, man, it is what it is, dog. Steven Jackson strike me as that old former gang member trying to come in. Yeah, man, I'm telling you how it was, man. We was on the set. You know what I'm saying? That's how Steven Jackson strikes me, man. As far as his introspective stuff is outside of sports. Because, again, I respect his mind as a basketball player. No question about it. Hardworking guy, made more of himself than what his pedigree was, and I think that's a great thing. He was smoking with his throw bone. Yeah, he got the little koofy. He's just trying to muzzle him up too much, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jack. I ain't buying it, Jack. My grandfather told me to never be the guy saying, don't do what I did. There you go. And, well, let me say this. It depends on how big your did is. If your did is you bid time in a federal prison, don't listen to that shit. And I like to reference a guy I listen to a lot on YouTube now on Patreon, Chronicles of Judah 144. It's like we got to stop having OGs and start having elders. OGs tell you what they did wrong. Elders tell you for what they observe other people doing wrong and how to do right. That's what we need more in our community, in my opinion. Jackson need to be quiet for a while. He trying, there you go. Dude, let the shit marinate. Let it coagulate. And find your new self. And then, because here's the thing, to attain wisdom, you got to take all that new information in. You got to cultivate it. You got to make it permeate the right way. Then you can impart it upon other people. Jack trying to go from step 1 to step 10. No. I get it. You're an older dude, so in your mind, you're very smart, astute, wisdom, and all that shit. But from when I observe, I don't view it that way. I view you as fly-by-night wisdom. I view you as a street dude trying to conform to the corporate world in your own way and trying to navigate in that space when most people can see you in 2 seconds and know you a street dude. That's okay. That's okay, but that's just who you are. You come off as a street dude and a street dude only. So that's why I'm surprised when a guy like Kwame Brown talking about jumping up and down, you like a trampoline. So you know Kwame Brown with the shits, dog. Jay Zimmer give me a laughy face. Yep. Chronicles, I'm telling you, brothers, if y'all are struggling with filling the gaps in with society, spirituality, whatever, Chronicles of Judah 144, man. Great channel to kind of get everything in perspective, to understand how the world works, so you know how to have your footing in the world. Now, he follows Christ, which I'm not a Christian. He's not a Christian either. He doesn't consider himself a Christian, but I don't follow religion at all. But I think the tenets of what he speaks, they're very much rooted in truth. So, free game. He needed about 9 Fridays at the mosque. Oh, man. Like I say, man, with love, man. I don't want to disrespect that man's religion. But I know a try hard when I see one. He a try hard Muslim, man. That's just what it is. Because one thing I know about the Muslim friends I have is they are very humble. They're very meek. So they follow the teachings and they do it in a very disciplined fashion. So when Steven Jackson tries to inject those Muslim tenets into his patrons, and then he goes petty level, he goes, well, what the religious sector would call worldly level, I know there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. So me stepping back and observing it, I deem it as he a work in progress. He's not nobody you should be listening to right now. He a work in progress. He's transitioning to his new thing. So you don't listen to motherfuckers while they're transitioning When he gets to that place and you see the change, then start listening to Jack. But right now, he's like that girl who gets a new boyfriend. All of a sudden, I know what love is now. I got me the best love of my life. I got me somebody who care about me and treat me right. Y'all know the type. And then as soon as it go wrong, that's what Jack strike me as, man. So I'm just saying, man, you do what you want to do with your life. But when I watch Jack speak, that's what Jack strike me as. Because I have a lot of female friends who do that shit. It's like an epiphany every 2 weeks. I'm just like, all right, yeah, sure. Jason Simmons said, hey, man, Chronicles Judah is on, man. So follow him on Patreon, man. It's like $5 a month to follow him. He got some good shit. He has very good insight about Kobe Bryant's death, about Chadwick Boseman's death, about the Kwame Brown saga, the movie 300. Like, he has a lot of introspective stuff for y'all cheap people. Go on YouTube and look at his old stuff. He stopped posting on YouTube about a year ago, but his old stuff is still good, man. I promise you, it's still good to give you a lot of perspective on manly tenets, manly deeds, being, what we would deem as a black man in this society. Mediocre Tutorials Reviews is a decent channel as well, man. Yeah, MTR is like a baby Chronicles of Judah. You can tell he listens to him as well. Yeah, so now MTR and Judah, we're all about the same age, which is mid to late 30s. Yeah, so now MTR is a great channel to follow as well, fellas, too. He keeps it more surface level, just like common sense stuff. Judah kind of goes into the introspective, the what you call, he talks about the occultic aspect of things, the what they call that shit? I forget the word, but like the religious or like the the word come to me. But just like the spiritual level of a lot of the things that we observe. He does it, he explains it with a point of reference so you can look at it on your own. So you're not just going off his words. Dang it, I can't get that the esoteric aspect of things. Jason said, indeed, I'm a Muslim as well, but I'm a beginner. I don't know enough yet to be doing photo shoots. There you go. Again, that shows me you a try hard. I'm talking about Steven Jackson. You've been a try hard right now. I remember me being, alpha. My first year, I was being a try hard. About to learn to step back and learn about ancient Kemet. Learn about the craft, learn about all that shit. Like, it's a lot that goes into that before you can start speaking on stuff from a level of introspection, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. So, yeah, man, that's just what it is. So, I guess that's all I got, man. Unless y'all got some more questions, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are patronizing these lives pretty strong, and I really appreciate all y'all for that. And please subscribe to the channel. Tell somebody about the channel. I'm very close to being monetized. I'm a little bit over 900 subscribers. Y'all know I need 1,000. I'm getting there. I'm close. But y'all being on this stream, y'all participating, that helps the movement. So I never want to make y'all feel like y'all are not important to this movement that is Hoop Jargon. So before we peace out.
And shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.